Na, 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 na. Hey everybody, how are you doing? It is Eric, and we're here to talk about episode 2 of Hot D, House of the Dragon. I liked it. I liked the second episode a lot. We have a few things here to talk about, and they're really they went deep into the book, like deep, and pulled out a character that really I'm very interested in, the crab feeder. So we can talk about the crab feeder. But yeah, just 2 episodes in, but I'm really liking it. We only had like about 3 minutes of man hating and bitching about sexism and the patriarchy. That was only a few minutes. That's not that bad. Before we begin, though, let's do some housekeeping things. No Louis this week, and that is my fault because it's been a long day. I'm a little tired, got in late, watched the Pittsburgh Steelers and their 3 quarterbacks and no offensive line beat the Detroit Lions today. That was very exciting. And another announcement before we get into things. So Amazon sent me an email, and it looks like this Wednesday evening, I have free tickets to see the Rings of Power, the Rings of Diversity. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing Wednesday evening, and look for me to jump on and review Amazon's Rings of Power. So that's very exciting. There you go. And unlike what the Rings of Power, there's a lot of promotional controversy with that show. I'm not sure. I have all my faith in what the Rings of Power is going to give me as far as being true to Tolkien. House of the Dragon, Hot D, I think is delivering pretty well. So what I like to do is get into this with you guys. I think it's a very good episode here. So the first thing I noticed, and help me out here. So last week's episode, the theme and the intro were different than this week, right? Because this week, it opened up with the full Game of Thrones theme. Isn't that new? Or am I losing my mind? Please let me know in the comments. And we had like the blood pouring over the stone, and it was happening so fast, and I was getting chills due to that Game of Thrones theme there, that I really couldn't concentrate on what they were showing me, so I'm going to have to go back and take a closer look at that. But I really liked the return of the full intro song, because I don't think that happened last week. And this show starts off with, we got Lord Corlys coming in to the small council and bitching about the crab feeder. Pirates that are running amok, and he's bitching to Lord Viserys. And we have our Princess Rhaenyra, who says, I'll just take my dragon in there and wipe out this crab feeder, but Dad's not going to have any of that. And King sends her to pick a new member of the Kingsguard, and she does that, and she selects Criston Cole over Hightower's objections, because Criston Cole has real battle experience. And Criston Cole is going to be important as we continue with things. And again, I've read the books, and I'm not going to give you guys any spoilers. I'm going to keep it spoiler-free. But yeah, just know that I have read the books a few years ago, and Fire and Blood is not an easy read, and it's easily forgotten. So spare me if give me a break if I mess things up, and feel free to correct me in the comments, because I'm bound to make some mistakes. And I think also this episode does a good job here of Alicent, handling a young Alicent. And Alicent is spending time with the king. That's what her daddy wanted. And then she also spends time with Rhaenyra. I thought, oh, okay, very interesting there. And this episode moves along pretty quickly. I was curious about how the pacing is going to work with these episodes this season, how many seasons in total they're going to go for. I know another season has been confirmed, so we're getting a second season of House of the Dragon. So I think they are moving along at a pretty good pace. So next thing that happens in the show, which is kind of cringy, is that Lord Corlys offers his 12-year-old daughter to be wed to the king. Because he claims that the crown is vulnerable. And if the king would wed his 12-year-old daughter, it would be creepy, but it would also bind the old houses of Valyria. So we have that coming up there. And we also have King Viserys putting his finger in a bowl of maggots. The Maester believes that's a good idea to fix his like rotting finger. So Louis and I were discussing this, and it never came up in the last live stream. But what is up with King Viserys? I keep bumping my light. What is up with King Viserys and this disease? Because if something's not in the book, I'm going to tell you it's not in the book. I don't think that's a spoiler. I don't remember that being in the book, his disease. I think the book was pretty silent about Viserys. So I don't know what this disease is. Is it just, I'm trying to think of, is it something from the Game of Thrones universe? We once thought it was that skin disease that Gerard Mamont had. If those creatures touch you. But I don't know what's up with that. So anyway, we get maggots in a finger in a bowl of maggots. Again, if you guys have an idea, shoot me a comment. Let me know what's up with that. And then we have a creepy scene of King Viserys walking with young Laena, the 12-year-old, and Princess Rhaenyra. Princess Rhaenys talks to Rhaenyra. And this is the couple minutes where we get our man-hating and talking about smashing the patriarchy and our sexism. Where basically they're bitching about, only men can be king. That's the tradition. And if you think, little princess, you're going to remain the heir to the crown, you are mistaken. So we get a lot of that sass between those two characters. I think that was a really good scene, though. Both are very good actresses, so very good stuff there. And I think the show really picks up. We learn that Prince Daemon stole an egg before he went to Dragonstone. And it's just not any other egg. Well, he stole the egg because he's taking a second wife, and his wife is pregnant, we're told. And he's going to put the egg in the crib with the baby because that's like old Valerian tradition. Targaryen tradition. And but then the king finds out that it's Dreamfire's egg. It's the egg that was meant to be with his son, who was heir for a day and who died, Balon. So that pisses off the king big time. And he wants to go to Dragonstone to beat the shit out of Daemon. But Hightower's like, no, I'll go. And so we go to Dragonstone. And I really like how it looked. The look of this show looks really, really good. Very eerie. Even when we see things that we've seen in the Game of Thrones show, like everything has like a little bit of a new twist. And Dragonstone just looked, I loved it. I loved the sky. The castle looked great. The atmosphere, the show looks so good. And all of these actors are really, really good. I can't point to anybody and say they're doing a crappy job. I just think everyone's well cast. And even Corlys, the sea snake, I see great potential with him. We're going to get a lot more of him. I know there was some, because he was maybe had his race switched to a person of color. I think they're handling it well. The actor seems like a really good actor, so I don't have a problem with that, really. So we get a great scene with Hightower and Prince Daemon there on the walkway to Dragonstone. And there's some threats. Hightower's making some threats, but then we get Daemon's dragon, Caraxes, I believe, right? And who answers Caraxes? But we have Rhaenyra showing up with Syrax. So we get the two dragons, and we get Daemon and Rhaenyra meeting. And just two strong actors. What's it? Millie Alcock plays the young Rhaenyra, and she's just killing it. She's doing a great job. Love her. Of course, Matt Smith is great again. But after they have a little exchange, Prince Daemon tosses the egg to her. And then we learn that basically it was all a ruse, I think. Like Daemon's whore. He's not marrying her right now, and she's not pregnant. So was that just Daemon just, poking, making things move? I thought that was really cool. And then we have the King Viserys declaring a new wife, and everyone in the room believes it's going to be Lena, but Viserys surprises everybody and announces, "No, I'm going to wed Alicent Hightower," and that makes Corlys, the Sea Snake, angry, and he walks out. That makes his daughter Rhaenyra angry, and she walks out. And the show ends with Corlys making a deal with Prince Daemon, and they're going to team up, and they're going to take on the Crab Feeder. And we get a nice little shot of the Crab Feeder with like this crab mask. The Crab Feeder, I didn't even remember him, to be honest. So for me, as someone that read the books and I don't remember him, I'm fascinated by his design. I think he looks really cool. What he's nailing bodies to posts. It looks like something out of Lord of the Rings. It's super creepy, and these little crabs are eating people. Very cool. That's how the show started. That's how the show ends. And we see our alliances being formed. And I just, for 2 episodes in, I think the show's pretty good. I really do. I'm very happy with the show. So, I don't know, guys. I'm very interested. And Fire and Blood. It's a very dry book, and I can't recommend it. So watching the show is much more entertaining. I enjoy it more than reading that book. So I like it. I like it. We could take a look at some of the comments here and see what's up. See what's going on here. Fighting the Sunday scaries with Everyday Eric. All right. Let's see. Goofy Foot. This will be good because I'm not going to watch. Thank you for your service. You're not going to watch Hot D, which is what? George R.R. Martin's abbreviation for House of the Dragon. He calls it Hot D. Hot D, that sounds kind of dirty. Oh, speaking of dirty stuff, we didn't get any nudity this episode. Yeah, last episode we got nudity, and Louie and I mentioned it in the first minute of our live stream, and YouTube then sort of partially struck my advertising because I guess we were talking about body parts in the first, because I thought we were behaving ourselves in our last stream. YouTube thought otherwise, so I had my advertising partially struck, or whatever that means. Instead of a green dollar sign, there's like a yellow dollar sign, and it says, "Oh, we were talking about inappropriate things. Can't do that on YouTube." So Goofy Foot, yeah, you're not gonna watch Hot D? I don't know. I would watch Hot D. Now, Rings of Diversity Wednesday. I'll let you know all about that. I guess I'm gonna see the first 2 episodes of Rings of Diversity. So yeah, I'm gonna run home Wednesday, and we'll talk about that. I'll just do a video review for that. So if you guys want to know what's going on with that, check back Wednesday night. But Goofy Foot, I think you should. I don't know. House of the Dragon was good. Oh, Goofy Foot. I should read all the things. Yes. Then you say Rings of Power. Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah. Wait for me. I'll tell you all about Rings of Power. Oh snap. Is this Game of Thrones series based on a completed book series then? It's based on one book called Fire and Blood, right? Not Blood and Fire. Fire and Blood. It's a history book of the Targaryens. There's a lot of Targaryens, and it spans a lot of years. And it's told by a few unreliable sources, unreliable narrators. And it just reads like a history book. It doesn't read like a typical work of fiction. So this show here is different than the book because we're actually seeing it, like the truth, I guess, in a more typical TV show and fiction presentation. So it's much more enjoyable than the book. I don't recommend the book unless you're like a diehard nerd. And I was, like, before the finale. I think I read that before the Game of Thrones TV show finale. I think I did. And that's why I was all into everything. If I had to, I'm not sure I would have. I'd go back and read it, to be honest. Oh, snap. This sounds like a fantasy-based Downton Abbey series. Uh, yeah, with dragons. Yeah, yeah. No, I think it's gonna be good. I saw what the sneak peek of next week's episode. It looks like we have a big battle between these like the crab feeders army and then Prince Daemon's dragon. They showed that. It looks really good. So I don't know. I don't remember much of that in the book at all. So they are kind of pulling things out and really developing things. And yeah. Yeah. I could go on spoilers. I'm not saying anything spoilery, but I like what they're doing with some very sketchy and thin source material. They're developing things pretty well. Dark Matt says hello. Hello to you, Dark Matt. All right, that's it. Did anybody here watch the episode? Am I the only one? I'm just like reporting in. I did my homework assignment. You guys let me just, take the punishment, right? I'm like Reek. I'm tied to the rack and I'm being tortured by Ramsay Bolton. Remember when Game of Thrones was good? Oh, the Battle of the Bastards, Hard Home. Remember those episodes? Damn, those were good episodes. Come on, I went back and watched Hard Home. That was so good. Remember when we thought the Night King was some awesome thing before he got his ass kicked? I don't know. Let's see here. Dark Matt. Let's see. Haven't watched it. My mom might watch it, though. She liked the first series. Well, yeah, I think, okay, I would tell your mom to check it out. It's pretty good. So I would say you don't have to watch, like if you didn't watch Game of Thrones and you're coming in new, I think this is fine. I think this is slowly bringing you in. So I think I think you can start new with this show. Or if you watched Game of Thrones in season 8, you still have the bad taste of season 8 in your mouth. I'm not sure this is going to remove that bad taste, but maybe it could start the healing process. Maybe. Oh, see, oh snap. 2 burned from Game of Thrones. Letting you test the waters for me. All right. That's fair, oh snap. Yeah, all right. We're only 2 in. I don't know how many episodes we have. But yeah, I dug it. Did I cover everything? What did I cover? Yeah, that was good. I really liked the episode. That was good. They're moving fast. They're moving fast. That's all I'll say. And I know, like, one of the comments I got was, is the show woke? I don't think the show is. My answer to, like, one of the comments from last week, after we did the live stream about, I was accused of liking a woke show, and that's cool. You guys can always let me have it here. All opinions are welcome on my channel. They picked this particular sort of thing, with Rhaenyra, the princess getting chosen and breaking the traditions of the patriarchy. I know that seems like something that's, oh, here we go again. But be patient with that, because that's not what I think this show is going to focus on. It might be focusing on it in episode 1 and mentioning it again in episode 2, but that's not the focus of Fire and Blood. There's going to be a lot of infighting for who is going to sit on this throne. So it's not it's not going to continue to be, trying to smash the patriarchy kind of thing and talking about sexism and misogyny and all that stuff. So I think we'll be good, but they did pick this particular moment to start things off. Let's see here. Bias hacker. Oh snap! Was the Game of Thrones last season really that bad? Oh, bias hacker. You don't know? Yeah, it was really rushed. Season 8 was really rushed. Yeah, it probably should have had at least one more season to take its time, like Game of Thrones usually did. So Dan and Dave, They decided they wanted to leave, or their HBO wasn't going to renew their contract, and so they just rushed to the ending, and it felt rushed. And Daenerys just went psycho really quickly and torched the whole city, which didn't make any sense. And we had a lot of unsatisfying deaths for a lot of our characters that I think, like Cersei should have got a better death. And yeah, what happened with Jaime and all, yeah, really, really rushed. I and then it's really about Bran. I think it's interesting that Bran is on the throne at the end, because if you think about Bran, he is an asshole. You could say he's the ultimate villain in the Game of Thrones show, because once he became the Three-Eyed Raven, he knew everything. So he no longer was Bran, he was the Three-Eyed Raven, and he just sat back and let everybody who died die, and because he knew what was going to happen, and he didn't lift a finger really to stop anything. So he won the Game of Thrones by just being a dick and sitting back and letting it all happen. I don't know. Maybe the Night King was right to try to take him out. I still want to know what's up with the Night King. What was his motivation? He wanted to kill Bran, the Three-Eyed Raven, right? But I'm not sure if I even know really why. But everything was really rushed. Yeah. And then Jon Snow kind of being banished, I don't know, or whatever he did, went back north. But we're going to have a Jon Snow sequel show. So hopefully we can fix that and see what's up with that. Let's see, Dark Matt. I have other series anyways. Got to finish Daredevil. Oh, Daredevil. Definitely finish Daredevil. Which, by the way, is better than anything in the MCU. Yes, it is. And then I don't know what show to watch. Yeah, Daredevil is awesome. I like it when Punisher is on Daredevil. Whenever the Punisher and Daredevil are kind of, I don't know if that was Punisher season 1 or a Daredevil season, but those two are really good together. Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, that's the appropriate tone, right? Just bloody fights and drama, and it's serious. It's not like a situational comedy. Like every MCU thing, it honestly feels like everything for the last 3 years has just been a big sitcom. The MCU is terrible. The tone is awful. Go into a comic book store. I went a couple weeks ago, leaf through the old comics. Yeah. MCU is bad. Dark Matt. I finally watched the original 87 Predator film. Honestly amazing. Dark Matt. Yes, you have to. That's required viewing for Everyday Eric's channel. Yeah, that's a Predator movie. So the 87 movie. Yeah, I mean, you can't beat it. That crew of soldiers, that team, everybody on that team was awesome. Yeah, Jesse the Body and Billy. Carl Weathers, Dylan, you son of a bitch. The handshake or whatever that is. Yeah, that's good stuff. I mean, even the Predator looks badass. It's timeless. I think the effects are just as good as anything else. It's I could watch the original Predator, just again and again and again, and I don't think I'm gonna watch Prey ever again. If you haven't seen Predator 2, I like Predator 2 because it's got Gary Busey in it. But no, it's gritty. It's like a gritty 80s movie as well. I just like it. It's just really gritty in the city. So I'd recommend Predator 2 as well. You can watch that one next. But I'm glad you finally saw the original Predator. Oh, snap. Bias Hacker. Last 2 seasons really dropped off in quality. The dialogue was, because they didn't have George R.R. to write dialogue, so they didn't know how to write the characters. Yeah. Of characters and story arcs we grew attached to, the last season was a culmination of the entire series build up, and they hit the brakes. Yeah. Yeah, it pulled the plug on it. It felt exactly like what happened. Just pulled the plug on it. I mean, The battle when they fought the Night King, and that episode was so dark. Um, you couldn't see anything, and the battle didn't make any sense. It was just very disappointing that whole season. Yep. Matthew Dortana just got here. Eric, what's up? What did you think of episode 2? I really liked it, Matthew. I liked it. I'm in. I'm excited about seeing the sneak peek for episode 3 with this the crab feeder. Did I say crab eater? Crab feeder. Getting hungry. I'm gonna have some crabs. The crab eater. That'll be my character. Um, yeah, I liked it. I know where it's headed, but I like how they're kind of filling gaps and developing some things. Pretty cool. I mean, Matt Smith's gonna have a lot of good moments in this series for sure. And yeah, it's gonna be some good battles. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be better than Rings of Diversity. I know that. Bias hacker. Oh snap. Oh, okay. I had stopped watching around season 2 or 3. Oh, then Bias hacker. You have to watch Battle of the Bastards and Hard Home. Yeah, that's like what, season 6, 5, 6, something like that. 2 amazing episodes. Let's see here. Dark Matt. I'm entering film class and I'm thinking of doing a Moon Knight rewrite. Simple premise. A dark, mature, grounded story. Yes, a Moon Knight rewrite. So you could just take like the first 30 episodes of Moon Knight from what, 79? Yeah, it's like a mercenary that was left for dead in an Egyptian tomb, and maybe the Egyptian god brought him back to life, comes back to New York City, and has 3 aliases. One is a millionaire. That's basically his cover because he's actually a mercenary. Then he's still got the mercenary alias. And then he's got a taxi driver alias. So the millionaire guy, does the Bruce Wayne thing and entertains the social scene, right? The fancy crowd. And then when he's in his taxi cab, he's on the streets getting intel about crimes or criminals. So he's got it all covered. And then he's got like a sidekick, not a butler, but a teammate named Frenchie. And Frenchie drives his little Moon Knight helicopter thing. And Moon Knight doesn't have like a magical costume. He doesn't really have any magic. Or does he? That's part of the mystery of Moon Knight. He basically has just a white Batman suit. It's all about truncheons and ninja stars and going out and beating up people and getting beat up. Lots of blood. No superpowers. No superpower costume. You can't take spears into his body and just shake it off. Like whatever the hell we saw in that MCU show was ridiculous. And he definitely doesn't have any female sidekick that turns into like Scarab Lady. That's completely made up. So, because every MCU dude needs to be deconstructed and given at least one female sidekick that does everything better than him. That is the MCU. Saw it with Hulk, right? Bruce Banner, he got his ass kicked by She-Hulk. She-Hulk's better. New improved Hulk is She-Hulk. Yeah. Oh, snap. Yeah, characters behaved uncharacteristic. Stories were left unexplained. A lot was turned on its head and narratives for plot convenience. Really awful. And oh, snap, you're talking about Moon Knight, right? No, I think you're talking about Game of Thrones. And you're right. Dark Matt says, get to the chopper. Yes, get to the chopper. Oh, so good. So good. Ho, 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 ho. Oh, oh, oh. Get to the chopper. God, I love that movie. I think my dad took me to that movie. I wasn't old enough to go to see that movie. That's how old I am. Oh, WG. Look at that. WG's in the house. We'll get to that. I see dropping 50s. WG, I got free tickets to see Rings of Diversity Wednesday. Wednesday night. I'll tell you all about it. Amazon has made the mistake to give me free tickets. So I'm going to my local Cinemark and I get a $10 food voucher too. So I'm going to buy like a soy skim skinny vanilla latte and sit back and watch Rings of Diversity and watch Guy Ladriel team up with, yes, Gandalf of many colors. It's going to be a great time. Matthew Dortana. My dad just started watching Game of Thrones, and I told him to stop at season 6 and make up his own ending. Not a bad idea. Not a terrible idea. I mean, George R.R. Martin isn't going to finish his books, right? So, that's a shame. That's a shame. I'm sure we'll get more Duncan Egg books from him, which I've read those too. Let's see. Oh, snap. The Game of Thrones Telltale video game was pretty fun. Oh, yeah. I recommend that. Choose your own adventure story. I want to say that's been out a while, right? I don't remember much about it. I can't comment. I know what you're talking about, though. I can't remember if I checked that out or if I didn't. But I heard good things. Dark Matt, maybe also change the suit. The suit we got is nice, but what if instead the suit is more worn down and homemade? Yeah, I think Dark Matt, you're talking about the Moon Knight, I think so. Yeah, it should be like a white Batman suit. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not a magical mummy costume that flies all over you. All the Marvel characters have magical costumes. This started with Iron Man, and it was acceptable for Iron Man to have his suit kind of evolve over time, and now he just hits his chest plate and but now everybody's costume magically appears on them. Moon Knight and whoever it is, it doesn't matter. They all hit a button in their helmets. Ant-Man's helmet comes out of nowhere, right? Everybody's. And it's kind of like the same with the Hulks now. And Abomination. Apparently, Hulk can take something that makes him Bruce Banner. She-Hulk can turn it on and turn it off. When she turns it off, she can't metabolize her alcohol and falls over. And Abomination can just be like the 12-foot tall Abomination on a whim, or be Blonsky, Emil Blonsky. So I can't stand that. Can't stand any of that. I missed it when superheroes actually put on their costumes one leg at a time. That's when I could relate. You know, we talk about all this representation. I need to see myself on the screen. I've never seen myself on the screen. Some people think I was a part of Castle Black, Crows Before Hoes, that I was a member of the Night's Watch. I can't comment on that. But, I don't know. I just don't know anymore. Let's get to everything here. Did I cover this here? WG! So far, it's not bad. Not so bad. If only all roads didn't lead to Game of Thrones last season. Anyway, keep up the great work. WG, thank you. It's kind of like the same with Star Wars, right? All of this Mandalorian stuff, and I still want to like The Mandalorian. I wasn't so keen on Obi-Wan Kenobi, not so keen on Boba Fett. I can't wait to talk about Juan Solo or Han Zorro. I'm going to go with Han Zorro. Can't wait to talk about Han Zorro because it will be a Mon Mothma bait and switch. But all roads in Star Wars lead to Jake Skywalker. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to really like Star Wars. I mean, I really wanted to like Reva, but it's all going to lead to Jake Skywalker. So what's the point? And I hear you. With Game of Thrones, it's all going to lead to Bran just sitting on the throne, being a smartass, just smirking, and knowing the past, the present, the future. I don't know. Give us a Jon Snow sequel. Maybe he goes back and kills Bran and fixes everything, and Jon Snow can sit on the Iron Throne. Jon Snow's a Kingslayer, if you think about it. Jaime was a Kingslayer, and Jon Snow. So, okay. But WG, thank you very much for that, sir. Very appreciated. Appreciate it a lot. Dark Matt, I'm most worried about the Spider-Man Collect trilogy because, oh boy, I'm afraid they're going to screw it up. Just saying again, I would go for a darker tone to explore more of Peter's mental state. The Spider-Man movies, yeah, I think I'm tired of Spider-Man, if this is what you're talking about. I am tired of Spider-Man, Peter Parker kind of being in school. Like, I get it, but he's been in like high school 3 years, right? I guess he's going to go into college, what, for 3 more years? I kind of want Peter to be an adult and have his job and kind of do Spider-Man stuff. Like, I'm over the school stuff. I don't know. So hopefully we get, I think, well, Tom Holland is signed for more movies. So I think, yeah, I think we'll get some, hopefully these are more adult movies. 005. Hey, pal. Hello, 005. Looking at your little icon there. Okay, I'm trying to see your little thumbnail. Yes, hello, hello. Oh, snap. Oh my God, what outfit will you be wearing for the Rings of Diversity, Eric? Well, oh snap, I will be wearing an outfit of my favorite character, and you're just going to have to wait and see. I think you and WG will really like how I will dress when I go see Rings of Diversity or Dames of Power this week. Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be great. Let's see. WG, I watched Stallone's Samaritan and found it pretty entertaining. Your thoughts? Yeah, thanks, WG. I did the real short video on it. Something is jacking my back up. Oh, I can feel it. What is up with that? He either got a gigantic mosquito bite on my back or something. Oh, it feels terrible. Samaritan. So the first hour of Samaritan was starting to get boring for me. Like, I like Sly. I thought the kid wasn't annoying, and his mom, he was not annoying. I'm like, okay, for a kid, you're doing a good job. And we had the villain. We had Euron Greyjoy from Game of Thrones. And I'm like, okay, all right, but it's getting a little slow. And then I really liked, without getting into spoilers, at around the 1 hour mark when something is revealed, I really liked that. I thought that was a really clever idea. And that made the whole movie for me. Now, could it be better? Yeah, it could be a lot better. I think Samaritan was made for kids. It had that vibe, but it wasn't like wokey and lame like the MCU. They weren't making a comedy out of it. They were playing it pretty straight, but I think it was maybe geared toward kids a little bit. So it would have been interesting if they would have went maybe a little more gritty, a little more violent. Worked on the script just a little bit more, developed things, because I think that idea was really smart. I liked when something was revealed. I thought that was really, really cool. And you could do a lot with that. If they can do a Samaritan 2, I mean, yeah, or whatever, the Samaritan universe, interesting. I don't know. I'd kind of like to see more. I thought that was kind of cool. So, yeah, I don't know if it's a theatrical release. But I think, was it Amazon? Yeah, it was good. And Sly, yeah, Sly looked good. I want a Cobra 2. I want Marion Cobretti to come back for Cobra 2. I want the Death Cult to return to whatever city that was and start killing people again. And Cobra's got to come out of retirement and kick some ass with his like cool car. I don't know. If you guys haven't seen Cobra with Stallone, I'd recommend that. I always remember he cut the pizza with scissors. I thought that was so cool. He's just like a single guy in an apartment. I thought he was so cool. He busted out cold pizza and took out scissors and cut the pizza and ate it. When I was a teenager, I thought Stallone was awesome. All right, Matthew Dortana. What if the suit was a real suit and not CGI? That would be cool. Yeah, it should be a real suit. Like we were talking about Daredevil earlier. I like Daredevil's suit in the Netflix show. It's a real suit. When he got the the full suit. I liked all his. He had the, the makeshift first suit. That was cool. But when he got his real suit, just spray paint that white, put a hood on, and you're basically Moon Knight. That's all it is. I said something funny. WG liked it. That's good. Dark Matt. Another thing I would do with Moon Knight. Rewrite the hell out of Layla. Maybe instead have her be the daughter of the Scarlet Scarab instead of, well, you know. Yeah, Layla's not even in the Moon Knight comics. He had a girlfriend that I can't remember her name. Shame on me. I claim to be a Moon Knight fan. It'll come to me. He has like a live-in girlfriend that was hot, but she also had her moments where she would join in doing some undercover things, and she would be in the line of fire, and when needed to, would be tough. But yeah, I liked her. Mark Spector's girlfriend's name that I can't remember right now. But Layla is not in the Moon Knight stories that I've read for, you know, decades. So I would just write her completely out of Moon Knight if it was me. Let's see here. I'm going to mispronounce her name, but you got the Dirk Daring, right? Is it S.J. Miola? It's not Shimola, right? S.J. Miola, welcome. I just started Heartland. That series goes on forever. Oh, Heartland. I don't believe I've... Heartland. Don't think I've checked that out. I finished the Orville. So we got 3 seasons of the Orville, and I like it. I like it a lot. Seth MacFarlane, I think he does a great job. If you're looking for like real classic Star Trek with a really interesting crew, everyone has their episode, everyone has their moment, nothing feels forced. You start to really care for the crew. The stories are each little mini stories that are interesting on their own, but you know, it builds over 3 seasons, and the consequence in one episode will definitely come up in a later episode. So I just love the Orville. Thought it was really good, and I hope they do a 4th season. Just great stuff. That's the one I'd recommend. I got a Better Call Saul. I got to get on that one. Yeah, so that's all I'll say. I'm slacking on that one. WG, got to run. Take care. Thank you, WG. Thank you so much. Always welcome. I will talk to you soon. Vergi Page in the house. Cobra and Red Sonja. Brigitte Nielsen. That's right. Brigitte Nielsen, who returned for... she was back for the latest not Rocky movie with oh my gosh, what's it? I'm you know, totally having a moment. It'll come to me. Creed. She was in Creed 2. And Creed 2 was great. Loved Creed 2. Loved Creed 1, but I liked Creed 2 better. It's like a Rocky sequel. I highly recommend it. Matthew Dortana. Write Layla the hell out. That's right. Was she supposed to be like the Red Scarab or something? I don't... It made no sense. Remember, wasn't there a big hippopotamus in Moon Knight? I don't even understand. I don't even like Khonshu, his new look. He's like a Birdman. I'm not into that. I know that's how he looks in the recent comics, but I like his original look. Oh, snap. Oh, bye, WG. Oh, snap says goodbye. Dark Matt's got to go. Nice chatting with you all. Thank you, Dark Matt, for stopping by. I appreciate it. SJ Miola says, I got it. Hopefully when I say SJ Miola, that is the correct way. And, oh, snap. Let's see here. Oh, I hope I didn't put you in timeout. Oh, snap. Bye, Dark Matt. Get to the chopper. That's right, Dark Matt. Get to that chopper. Get to Predator 2. You're going to like it. Yeah. I was going to say something about Predator 2, but I'm not going to say it. All right, we've been on for 44 minutes. Just wanted to say hi to you guys. I like Game of Thrones. We're 2 in, and it hasn't pissed me off. So I'll take it. Yeah. It's no Obi-Wan Kenobi, though. That was super entertaining. Best comedy Lucasfilm has ever made is Obi-Wan Kenobi, the series. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Is it? Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Wait, am I good? Am I good here? Oh, wait, here. Oh, Matthew Dortana, just give us a few episodes of a guy reading us a Moon Knight comic. That would be better. Yes. Yes, Matthew. That would be a lot better. All right, that's our last comment. And I see you guys dropping out. 2 for 2 so far. That's right, oh snap. All right, so that will call it a night here. Everybody have a great week. We have She-Hulk. Is it Thursday? But I'm going to see Rings of Power Wednesday, so who cares about She-Hulk? That's right. Oh, it's going to be a good week. It's going to be a good week. All right, everybody, have a great night. Great Monday. Thanks for stopping by. And as always, I will see you on the new. Good night.